Hello guys. Welcome back to another stream. How are you guys today? I'm doing great and welcome back to Sangrekur. We are going to be building some awesome stuff today, which is going to be fun. In the previous stream, let me tune down. Also, my hair is wild today. Oops. Yeah, in the previous stream, what did I do now? There we go. We built the casino over here with Kermit or Rango on the top here, and I've completed that off screen, I guess. And then I've added another building next to it, the bank, and I love this building so much. Hello there, Manso and Chromus. Welcome. I love this bank here. It's very small. It's small scale, but it has that grand kind of bank vibe. And it's built right next to the casino, so it makes sense. Yeah, so really cool. I'm not going to show you everything right now because you will have to watch the video whenever that comes out. In today's stream, I want to build some more on this area around here, but exactly what we do can be up to you guys if you have any specific ideas for what you want to build. We could build here, we're going to be building a tavern for the workers or slaves in the area. We could also be like starting from an end over here, and just kind of do some buildings over here. We can also do the small like slave recruiter build that we talked about. Could be fun to do that. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that, so maybe it's a good thing to do it on stream so we can all kind of come up with an idea together, or it could be better to do it alone, so I can kind of think. I don't know. We talked about the garden last time. I don't think there will be a garden anymore. I think I'm gonna away from that idea, but I want to have a garden here. So there's still going to be a garden, but it's not going to be connected to the casino. Although we could potentially open it up between the casino and the garden here. I want to do another separate building here, but I'm not entirely sure what that could be. But maybe that could be something related to the casino, and that way we can kind of share the garden. What do you guys think? What kind of building would fit next to a casino? Like an inn could work, like a way for the people to sleep. But let me check where. This is just a tavern, right? Yeah, there's no inn here. I think maybe an inn could work. I don't think there's any inns. Well, there's actually one here. I believe this one is an inn, isn't it? Yeah. So there's a lot of people that can sleep here. We could have another inn though. Could be a small like inn building. But again, come up with ideas, guys. That's why you're here. I'm here to build and you're here to help me, basically. I'm just kidding, guys. But yeah, you know, if you have ideas for what this building here might be, I'm open for pretty much anything. There's going to be a toilet house right here with capital letters, toilet house. There's going to be a small toilet house here. Maybe we can start doing that real quick. That takes 5 minutes. And then we can figure out... I'll give you some time to think for this building, which could be kind of fun to do today, to connect it up with what we did last time. So we'll start with a little toilet house here. And then I will give you guys some time. Let me move the mic a little bit here. Maybe the sound is better now. I'll give you some time, and myself some time, to think about what to do. So let's do a little... Should I should probably record this. Just for the replay later on. And also, we can do... floor in here. Hey, Fits of Chivalry, welcome to the stream. How are you? I hope everyone has had a great weekend. Me and my wife went to a spa like 2 hours away from here. We just had like a weekend out where we ate at restaurants, which, if you didn't know, it's not very common in Norway to really eat out. So that was fun. And just chill, having like, we had Friday night, really, or late evening. We had spa time, and then we had spa time after breakfast on Saturday, and it's just such a chill thing being there and just getting offline from everything. That could work, Chromis. Let's let that marinate for a little bit, and then we'll get back to that. Today we are building in this area here, Fits of Chivalry. I'm going to call you Fits. And And you're just starting off a little bit here with this little toilet house, which if you're not familiar, I believe you should be familiar with this, but this is part of the infrastructure of Sangrecoeur, where we have all these sorts of public toilets which drains directly into the river, and it's a way of keeping the city clean and less smelly. So it's one of the things that make, actually, I usually just have like sand and grass and stuff on top of here. One of the things that makes Sangrecoeur such a great city is the fact they have sort of like a plumbing system. How would do you reckon that theater would work, Chromis? Like how would... It's rather small for being a theater, I think. It could be like a very, very intimate type of thing, but yeah. What do you reckon? The time for this here, Burby Sheriff, welcome by the way, first time chat, glad to have you here. The time for this is medieval and it's fantasy, so it's not strictly any sort of specific time. And there's definitely things here that are inspired by a more modern technology. Well, I'm glad to have you here. You're also new to my YouTube channel, I guess. Well, yeah, so Sangrecoeur is the entire world, this massive continent here. It's supposed to be set like late medieval, but it varies from city to city how developed they are. But also, it's fantasy, so some things, if it fits the lore of my place, they might be even more developed than usual medieval cities. That's not a good one. I need a button that stands out a little bit. That's better. And perhaps something just to add a little bit of depth here. I don't know. And some texture. Hey, Mano Dutch, how are you, man? Love the stuff you're putting out on X or Twitter lately. All the building stuff. Yeah, super cool. Glad to have you here. And Paperback Shot, welcome. How's that texturing? Not ideal. Not sold. Perhaps this could be better. Does look a little better, yeah. Yeah, place to get a massage or something. That's cool. That works. And then we can add some texture with, I think, this dark tough. Oh, that's a little... Some of these blocks that fits really nice. Like that. There are plenty of bars and taverns, but we can have more. So we'll think about that. Let's finish off this real quick. Yeah, let's stop the replay. I don't need to do more. Yeah, I think that works. So yeah, let's go back to thinking a little bit for those of you new here. Please add a small... We could add a small temple. That is very true. So we have the casino entrance here, which leads to this back thing. And from there, we are thinking of connecting it to a shared garden between the casino. So the people at the casino, hello there, Bullos. Carlos, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. We can have an entrance so that the casino goers can sit here and gamble all their money away, and then whenever they're tired or need some fresh air, they can go out and into like a garden here, and then ideally this building next to it would have something to do with a casino, so that it kind of makes sense that they share a garden. So still trying to come up with that. A place for a massage. I don't know. I don't think like a massage place could work, but again, would you do that after a casino or during a casino visit? I'm thinking maybe an inn would make the most sense, so you can come in here and sleep over and then go back gambling the next day. Or a winery. Yeah, like especially like there's a little bit of serving happening here. Like there's a little kitchen, but if you maybe like we could have like a restaurant or like a fine dining type of thing. So like imagine this bit here, and the garden is kind of like a fancy restaurant kind of thing, and then the next is the housing for the people running the business. That could be kind of cool. Let's go for that. Let's go for that. I think we have figured it out. All right. I'm just gonna quickly finish off this the public toilet here. The way this works is I usually have just like a big ditch or whatever you would call this, like a place to kneel over and then do your thing. Like that, and then it would drain out like that, and from there I'll figure that out later, but it's gonna be like a pipe bringing all of the stuff down and out to the channel over here, and then eventually will be used as fertilizer, I guess, for the farms, but then eventually make it all the way to the river. Yeah, something like that. And then I usually like to just have like a bucket they could fill up with water, maybe a barrel of water as well. There we go. And of course we need some light in here. There we go. And the ceiling has to be dealt with, so let's make a vaulted ceiling. Hello Xpera, welcome to the stream, welcome back, how are you? I'm doing great, how are you? We're starting off with a little public toilet, and then we will move on to a fancy dining restaurant thing next to the casino, which will be connected, so that's going to be really cool. And usually there's always some type of drapes to hide away a little bit. Like this is a public area and we're all like there's no hiding here if you're doing your thing. So I guess in the Sangrekurian culture it's going to the toilet isn't really a private thing. So yeah, forget about that. But still, there's a little bit of shading here so you don't have to look at people on the street while you're doing your thing. Can we do that? Just like a little way off. Yeah. Something like that. Yep. All right, let's move on to this. Cool. I think we have sort of an idea here. We do have an idea. So, believing this here should be the restaurant. So let's, and we should have. Let's open it up here. Like that. And then we should have 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe 4 tall would be enough. And perhaps we make the entrance here. So there's like this covered archway which brings you through, and you can also enter the house. We'll go straight ahead. I think that would be cool. And then this should be 1 story taller. Hey Darth Cat, welcome back. We can even have like a little wine cellar below here. That's kind of cool. How's that for a shape? And I kind of wanted to, as you can see here, I added like a little turret or something. And I kind of want to turn that into a solarium of sorts. Like that. I'm thinking that's going to work. I think that's going to look really, really cool. For the base, let's go for... Oh, we don't use this a lot. That could be really cool for the base, right? I think so. And then we can add some gradient kind of thing to it. And then above that, this is a block I don't use a lot. But could it work? Could that... Just trying to imagine that color. Yeah, I think so. Could make that building stand out a little bit. That base is based. Yep. Let's try that. Let's give that a shot. All right, let's just start the recording and take it from there. And if you have any ideas as we build, make sure to let me know. Yep, this is where you go if you, by somehow you make some money at the casino. This is where you go spend it, you know. They're gonna have the money either way. So it's either in the casino or here in the fine dining area. They have wine and beer. We have some breweries, but as we discussed a little bit in, it was probably 2 weeks ago, the stream, but also in the latest video, I'm thinking of doing some sort of very primitive distillery making alcohol from the remaining sugar production, which happens over here. Not a big fan of the repetitive texture here. I could do without that. No, I can't do that. I have to switch that up. Oh, okay. It's just like too repetitive and noisy. But is there any other block? Smooth tough is not something we use a lot. Replace hand. I believe that should be enough. That is better. And then we can of course add some texturing and stuff later on. Or maybe... So maybe the turret is stone all the way up. Because why not? Really no need to plaster this, as it's only there as support for the solarium all the way up there. And then to be a little bit fancy with it, let's add like a fatter base to it. It could be way too massive now, but let's let's give it a try. No. No, that's correct. All right. Why not? Maybe Argus, the capital of Argus, named Kata, could potentially be larger than Sangrekur. And that is not the oldest city, but it's like, imagine it as Rome, really. Like, it's been the most civilized for the longest. There has, of course, been older cities that are both forgotten and also all old cities that never grew to that size. But Kata is the capital of Argus and has been like a massive city for much longer than Sangrekur has even existed. If you know the lore, Sangrekur is a fairly new city compared to the rest of Amirea, and it's grown really fast, probably a little too fast, you could say. So yeah, so there are cities that are definitely a lot older, and Kata, probably most of the big cities in the rest of the continent, is older than Sangrekur, but probably just Kata is bigger as of now. Maybe London as well could be up there competing with this size. London is the capital of Meria. Yeah, Argus is not... Well, it has... The city itself is not in decline, but the empire... the old empire of... what's the name again? I should remember this lore. I can't remember the lore on the top of my head. what's that guy's name? Khas. The Khas Empire. The first big empire, which... This is some nerdy lore stuff, guys, so just bear with me here. The ancient Khas dynasty, which was the first dynasty that grouped together all of the small kingdoms around Eushea, the continent we're on, including parts of this desert that Sengoku is on. So the Khas dynasty was the first to bring all that, but that where was I? Yeah, so the Khas dynasty, they made, or they started Kata as the capital, and so the Khas dynasty has declined and it's not anything, or it's not anymore, but the city still remains, so it's probably less influential now than it was, but it's still a big city. Well, thank you, Burbish Sheriff. I love creating lore. I think when building, having some lore just in your head, it doesn't have to be written down. It's just like, it helps. How though could we... I need to open it up, so... Yeah, that's probably inspired a lot by... Can we squeeze through here? Imagine that we can squeeze through. Let's imagine that that would work. Yeah, so I kind of imagined that Khas, which was an important figure in the ancient days, was the first to unite them all, kind of like the Targaryens did in Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire. Well, I'm glad I can be here and build then, Burby. That's fun, and we all need that. We need people that build, and we need people that support the builders. So that's cool. Let's. So this will be the back of the restaurant. So let's add some cool windows here, a little over the top windows. In fact, it's gonna be cool. I'll call you Sheriff. A little fancy windows, I like that. And you know me, I love having like some detailed extension, so I want to add that here. Maybe here. Thank you, Manso. Let's add that, and I want to do like one of these wooden overhanging bits just for fun. It's purely decorational. It adds a little cool feature on the inside, but nothing more than that. Yes, that's a good idea. Some blue paintings. And we can either we go for a painting like these. So let's I think this one has some really cool, like, that's a little, but something like that is really cool. Or we could just have a massive banner. There are a couple of 1,000 new blocks, and then there's all sorts of different states, and it's a whole ton of new things, really. This one's also cool, like some mosaic type of thing. Whoops. You have to learn how to search, and it's all about just getting used to it, really. Like, I've been playing with this mod pack for many years, and so I know a lot of it, and then whenever there's new updates I just have to kind of try to remember what's new. I like that mosaic kind of thing. I think that really fits, and maybe we can... No. That's cool. Now let's start the garden that will be here. So gonna be a little fence or something here. Yeah, I wouldn't play vanilla Minecraft with just the Conquest resource pack. That like, I feel like, yeah, to make it work you kind of need the different type of blocks because you're so limited, and that's a good thing as well. Like, you have to be creative in a whole nother way when you're doing vanilla, but it also, whenever you go for like this type of super ultra realistic kind of resource pack, having those limitations can in many ways ruin it a little bit, because the texture pack and all that sort of stuff kind of tells you that there's so much more to this game, and then you're so limited by the blocks you have. So I believe that if you want to use the texture pack, you should also use the mod, especially in my opinion. Okay, let's do a little park here. Actually, let's... how can we open this up? We should open it up to the inside here. So I imagine just like 2 arches which leads into where you can sit. In with just vanilla, you mean, Dartcat? Hey Waldo. The Big Red, thank you so much for raiding. Oh, which there are... we can definitely have some lore behind that. Some kind of pirates that come around here. I would love... So the reason why I'm building like on an island continent like this is that I can add islands around. So maybe in the future, if we get tired of the kingdoms we have here, we can make a new custom island and paste it like in this area here, and it can be like a pirate island, like a tropical with palm trees and stuff, like a Caribbean. I think that could be a fun thing. I also wanna... I'll show you that later. I have some plans. That's me just going way too far ahead on stuff I haven't properly thought out. But let me finish off this and I'll show you. Just because you're on the stream, I'm giving you like exclusive previews here. It would be really fun to do some pirate stuff, especially pirate things in a medieval, like fit it in with a theme here. We need to add some palm trees, of course, here. One big boy, and then we can add another little smaller boy. Like that. How was your stream, the Big Red? What did you do in your stream? We talked about this a lot in the previous stream, how the fantasy is, and it's technically low fantasy, like, so there's no like dragons flying around in the city at all times and wizards doing magic for everyday things, but there is definitely some kind of magic happening. But again, like back in medieval day, in real life, people didn't, like, they thought a lot of stuff that happened was magic, but maybe it's just like science, like they just didn't understand it. So I want there to be some kind of mystery that maybe there's magic. There's definitely going to be stuff in this world that is purely magic, and I'm getting to that in a little bit. But I also want there to be stuff that, like, as seen from one perspective, you think, yeah, that's magic. But also, if you're thinking like rationally about it, or from a modern standpoint, you'd say, no, that's just chemistry. Like, if that makes sense. I want there to be some sort of mystery also for us that builds it, like what is actually what is fantasy or like magic and stuff, and what is just like the people of the city that we are building believes it's magic, but it's really nothing fancy. Mid rocks do math, I guess. Yeah. That is magic. Kind of like, do we have an example here? Do I have an example? I don't know if I have an example of how the magic works. Well, one thing is the gods of Sangrecoeur. Like, there is one of the deities of the 7 higher gods of this religion here that is actually present on the earth. So people have seen one of the gods, but again, is that actually a god, or is it just an ancient being that has lived here and it's just like a normal thing? So like the serpent that lives at Sarah Carrot. The serpent that lives here at this place, at this temple here. That serpent is believed to be a part of the gods. So, but is it really? Is it just something they believe? Like, they haven't been able to talk to it. It's a serpent. It's a massive serpent. So, yeah, I think you understand what I mean. Like, I want it to be some sort of something in the world totally just like tells you this is magic, but also there's stuff that like definitely isn't magic. And who knows, like they have a religion, they don't know if their religion is true. They believe it's true, and they believe it because they have seen one of what they believe is a god in real life, or someone have seen them. But it could just be like anything, like just a big species of snake they haven't really seen. Maybe there's other snakes that size in other continents, you know. Just talking a lot of weird stuff. Yeah, it could be considered a minor god. In this religion, it's not. It's considered the guardian of the earth, sent by the top god, the top dog himself. I have no source for this, but I saw somewhere that fungi can grow in rye that causes hallucinations. And yeah, that's also stuff like maybe people have seen, like imagine they have used rye that they could have hallucinations, and maybe some people have had these type of hallucinations and they understand how to use it and they can tell the future. But again, like could they, or do they just say stuff that is so generic that it will happen anyway? Yeah, it's a complicated. But one of the things I want to do is I think warp TP and Krang is the closest one. By the way, this is such a lovely build. I want to do something small scale again, like this. Whenever we take another break from Sangre-Cœur, I believe something tiny, like just a little hamlet or something, would be fun. But next to here, I think it just should be straight this way. Nope, straight. No, what? This direction. Let's see if we can find it. There is an island over here. And if you've been here a really long time, you should have seen this. But I haven't built anything on it, and in fact, I'm considering removing the entire island. Because I'm not happy with the way it turned out. It's way too like rocky. It's impossible to build anything on the sides here, so you have to just build down at this flat area here, and it's just going to be like one long city. But what I want to do instead, this was initially planned to be like a Viking, super rough kind of conditions. It's lagging a little bit when I'm loading this. So Nordheim, the kingdom here where we have Krang, this would be like Viking stuff, but more like smaller villages, like more realistic. And then this would be like a Skyrim fantasy kind of Viking, Norse kind of style, with very spiked mountains. But again, it's too steep almost. It looks really cool on its own, but it's horrible to build with this type of mountains. So this would be like a rough area where like the Iron Islands in Game of Thrones, like, yeah, if you're not man enough, you lose the inheritance, and like, yeah, they murder for fun kind of thing. Like they're really rough kind of culture. But what I want to do instead is I'm thinking of removing this and adding another island. So I'm not sure how I would do that because it is pretty massive. But I think I should be able to somehow make a new island, and I want to do like a fantasy elven island. So have landscape that is much more fancy, like super duper fantasy type of landscape, and then have and build it, prepare the landscape for more diverse type of building, and build like a Nordic elven kind of style. It's going to be a unique style. It's not going to be like Tolkien type of elven or elven from what kind of games? I don't know. It would be like a new type of specific style for this island then. So that's something I want to do as well in the future. Let's warp TP Sangre-Cœur. Let's go back. So in the future, that's something I want to do. But again, we have enough to work on as it is right now. But it would be really, really cool to have some sort of elven kind of landscape and build something that is definitely built more around fantasy. So I wanted them to be like they're living more intertwined with nature and kind of have more like sorcery in the building itself. And same goes for Let's spectator. Whoops. There's another island over here called Myros. Why is it lagging? I'm going too fast. Wow. Why is it lagging so much? Not sure if it's the server or me. And I'm not sure if I'll find it even. It looks like it's me. It should be just up here somewhere. Wow, this is horrible. This is such a fun stream, right? The entertainment value is top notch here. Why aren't you just loading in? I'm wondering if this is the Distant Horizons mod. Actually, let's go back. My computer definitely doesn't like this. Let's do that and then go back to Sangre and everything should be fine again. Wow. What on earth is happening? I'm gonna close the game and open it up again. Or not the game, but just log offline. It could be the replay file. It's getting too long. Because for some reason it saves everything even though you're not recording. So it could be that. Like we've been streaming for an hour now, so it's saved 1 hour of changes, even though only like 10 minutes are used for replays. But that usually don't happen. Ah, there we go. Welcome back, Frames. I've missed you. Could this be cool to have a border around here? Yeah, why not? Okay, let's see. Did it actually load in? I guess not. So basically there's an island up there somewhere. And it's a volcanic island, and I want it to be like totally ruined. But I want it to maybe like some black magic is being used now. After a big volcanic eruption tore down the entire civilization there. Kind of like Asshai in Game of Thrones. And yeah, you could tell I'm heavily inspired by Game of Thrones in everything I do. I'm a huge fan, or I'm still a huge fan, but I don't like the ending. But yeah, something like Ashai, like dark and gloomy and black magic, and yeah. Should we have more stuff? Maybe we can have like a water feature. I don't know. Or maybe just like some flowers in the middle here. Yeah, that was it was a rough ending. Yeah, I like the time I'm so glad I like lived through it, because I think I started watching Game of Thrones in season 3, like when season 3 was out. So I got the hype of watching waiting for the new season, and kind of I remember me and the friends at school, high school, and stuff like that. We were like able to like theorize and watch videos and discuss what would happen in the next season, and like there's all these sorts of fan theories, and it was so much fun. Yeah, I hope the books will one day get finished. Then I'd read them all. Can that be a little water feature there in the middle? Is that cool? Kind of like that. Like we're calling it a water mirror in Norway. It's a design thing. Not sure if it's called that in English. Like, we're not in the wealthy part, so having like a fountain that spews up water wouldn't be something I believe they can afford in this place, because that requires some technology. Let's add a little bench, perhaps. Welcome back, Dothcat. How are you? Yeah, I didn't miss too much. I missed some lag. I was trying to explore the world and my computer just said nope. We're not doing that today. So we got a lot of lag. I like this. I like the connection here. Maybe we need a little ladder going up here. Private use only, but still. So then the first floor here can be like, so imagine we go through here. Oops. This is like the kitchen that prepares all the food and stuff. And then this section up here is for the family to live. That could be cool. That could also be really cool. I need to remove that song from the playlist because I don't like that one. There we go. Yeah, so again, like adding those islands is such a great way of not having like an overly sized project, because Ushuaia, even though it's a small continent, it's one of the smallest like projects in just general size. I do want to fill it up more complete than usual, but just adding an island, we can add an island and let it be like big enough for a city and a town. Like it doesn't have to be massive. It can just be a small island, and we can add more islands if we want to build more stuff. So I'm very happy with my idea of the possibility of adding islands. But again, I'm not sure how I will do that though. I'm not sure how to import islands to the world. Yeah, I've seen some. I've seen a little bit of the Netflix, what do you call it, like real person version. But I'm not super familiar with it. But again, there's just like a ton of islands, right? Live action, yeah. That's the name I'm looking for. Yes, man. So we use Celsius in Norway, and only that really. I know some places like they have a combination, but we only use Celsius here. Why? Why do you wonder? Yeah, so basically, as Starkid says, like in One Piece, there's just like many small islands, and that is a great way of building, I think, because you don't have to start off with too many islands, and you can kind of take it from where you want to, and just add another island if you need more space. At this time, we have right now it says here it's 18 degrees Celsius, and it's usually, this is a hot day in September. It gets up to like 20 degrees Celsius in September at the hottest, and then usually it's at daytime between like, it's usually like 12 to 15 degrees Celsius, and at nighttime it can go down to like 8, really, like in September. Yeah, I believe like in Canada, especially some places, like there's people using Celsius and Fahrenheit, and people have to kind of know both of them a little bit, because maybe their neighbor uses Fahrenheit and you use Celsius, and you should have some sort of idea of how they convert. But I know like a very high Fahrenheit number is usually a very high Celsius, but I don't know like where they meet. But like I've seen it sometimes, like because when you look at recipes or something, like a lot of stuff it's written in Fahrenheit. But it's also such a mess. Like, why can't we just use Kelvin? It's only 22. Wow. That's not too much more than here. But we have, like, in Norway, we get like we get less and less sun. That's probably the biggest problem for us. It doesn't get too cold where I live. In Norway, I live at the south and by the ocean or closer to the sea. So it doesn't get ridiculously cold. I believe many places in Europe, like probably even Italy, can get the same type of temperatures that we get here. But the problem is just like there's barely any sun. It's just so dark parts of the year. And it's just like, even though like 5 degrees in sun, it's not that bad. But 5 degrees and no sun, that's cold. So that's really the biggest issue here, in my opinion. Kelvin sounds cooler, yeah. And imagine saying like it's 300 degrees today. That's like a normal summer day, like 300 degrees, I believe. Isn't 277 negative Celsius? No. 0 Kelvin is negative 277, something like that. That would be really badass to use that scale. I really like this building here. I'm very happy with how it's turning out. I grow a lot of, I work a lot with plants, like I grow, I talked a little bit about this in the past, like I grow bonsai. I've been way too intrigued by that hobby lately, like growing miniature trees. I think it's such a fun thing to do. So, been really invested in that the last couple of years. And for that, you kind of have to look up the hardiness of different trees and hardiness zones. And even though Norway is always portrayed as like very cold and there's a lot of snow and up north, like Norway, especially where I am, has the same hardiness as most of Europe, like France and parts of Italy and Spain. So yeah, it's really weird. Oh wow, 45 degrees, that's hot. We get, the highest we like get here is a little bit over 30 degrees Celsius. But that's also a lot, I think. We had a couple of days with like 32 or something like that. Yeah, I know someone that lives beyond the Arctic Circle, and as you say, they can have, or they do have, a couple of months in the year where they don't even see the sun like this. I think they had like over a month, like 2 months, where they don't even see any daylight at all. Like, it's just nighttime. It's insane. It's really weird to think about. That's also very true. Different temperatures feel really different. I'm going to Morocco in December, and like it's hot there, but I believe it's probably gonna get cold at nighttime. Like it's said to be in the 20s, but it's so dry there, so I believe it's gonna be really cold. See you, Chromus. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you in the next one. So like Morocco is in the desert, really, so I'm imagining it's gonna get cold. Yeah, at night especially. But also like it's not humid like you get in other places. Yeah, so like clouds and trees and everything impacts that. Yeah, I've been to Egypt probably 10 years ago, and it was so like everything was just brown. It was crazy. Maybe we add like let's we imagine this as a fine dining winery type of thing, so not too many tables here. Maybe we can have some finer wine glasses. Yeah. Yeah, the Red Sea is awesome to snorkel in. Really cool. I remember I saw Nemo. Nemo, is that how we pronounce it in English? We could have a stage, that's a great idea for a musician. That should probably be here then. Let's Nemo. A little stage here for a musician. Oh, I was so scared of stingrays. I didn't see one, but I was so stressed about meeting a stingray. Can you add a little carpet here? Yeah, I know. Like, it's crazy to believe they actually, like, even Steve Irwin was killed by one of those. But, yeah, I was so afraid of them. And also those tigerfish, is that what they call? They have all these sorts of spikes, and they're really beautiful. But I was so scared of those. I believe they're called spiderfish, yeah. Lionfish. Yeah, lionfish. It's probably the one, yeah. Yeah, I never saw that, but I was just super afraid of seeing one. So I was always on the lookout for anything that looked like that. Wow, that's cool, Sheriff. Snorkeling is a lot of fun, actually. Snorkeling is kind of scary, but also an amazing thing. Like, I especially I feel super vulnerable when I'm snorkeling. But it's such a great thing to see all the fish and stuff. Fish gang, yeah. I hope you will too, baby sheriff, or just sheriff. I hope you do too. We need in here. We need a staircase that goes down right into the wine cellar. So let's add that. Does anyone have vacation plans for the upcoming summer already? It's a little early already to start planning that, but you know, never too early. Yeah, there's a toilet right here. One of the public toilets. You don't make the plans. I guess, I don't know how old you are, Sheriff, but yeah, like at some point your parents usually do the planning. But that's also great. It's being on vacation and just like meeting up, just being there, and everything is planned ahead. It's yeah, you leave your yeah, I figured. So I miss that so much. Like just waking up, your dad being stressed out about making the plane, and you could also connect the tap. We could do that. There's space. We can see. I think it's too far away. It's all. It's very dark. It's all the way over here, so I think it's too far. Yeah, it's usually free as well. Like, and just like, don't have to worry about stuff. I'm a planner, so I over plan stuff, and usually that's good because I'm making sure that we will get home alive. But like being sure that your flights connect properly and have a hotel and taxi and everything is it's pretty heavy to plan as well. Let's move the door over once. Yeah, you will. At least if you're going on vacation, you'll have to do it yourself. And honestly, like it's not a big problem, and it's a lot of fun being able to choose exactly where you want to go as well. But there's so much stuff like you should research before you go anywhere. Like, where is a hotel? Like, the hotel could be nice, but if it's an hour away from any sort of civilization, like if you just want to stay in a hotel, that's fine. But if you wanna like go snorkeling, you want to make sure that your hotel is pretty close to the beach and some nice snorkeling spots. Or for me, I love going out at nighttime, having some food and stuff, some local cuisine. And if the hotel is too far away, you won't be able to get that. And like also other attractions like staying at one hotel the entire trip can be boring, so it's always good to have something to do. But again, you need to make sure that it's close by. This suddenly became travel tips with Viggo. I'm going to probably going to Greece this summer for a wedding. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, me too. That's the biggest part about traveling is seeing all the new stuff, experiencing new cultures, tasting food you've never seen before, and yeah. Let's make this purely a wine cellar. Oh, Egyptian bread. That's delicious. Yeah, I remember we had some sort of bread, Sheriff. But I think I'm confusing it now with Egyptian bread. Which also was super tasty. That's very true, Waldo. They should know how to do that now. They have a lot of experience. And let's say this is purely a wine tasting area or a winery. Then we don't have to even make a kitchen. This is just a place to get up and get a glass of wine. So we'll forget about having some kind of oven here to make food in. We'll just have just do something like this. Or maybe we will have that here instead. You can have like a cabinet for storing glasses instead. It's kind of dark here. Yeah, it's really cool. You have so much stuff here. It's very dark. We should have... We could just have something hanging from the top here. No, Waldo, I haven't. I need to make sure that it's not copyrighted if I do that. I'm using now mostly music from games I have played because, yeah, since it's part of the game and you can make videos of the game, the sound isn't really copyrighted. If that makes sense, or at least they can't enforce it, if that makes sense. So yeah. Should we perhaps have a little bit of a shade cloth here? I'm so glad to hear that, Willows. Personally, myself, I also love building while watching. Maybe not just building, but like just watching videos, people playing other games, or people playing Minecraft, building, streaming. Like it's, yeah, I think it's really nice to be able to watch someone as you play yourself. It's kind of weird, I know, but. I don't get how people are so creative, like... Yeah, Monster Fish, who is the creator of this mod, mainly, super creative and such a talented texture, because I'll say this, like, a lot of people make mods for building, but they add a lot of stuff, but it just doesn't... Nothing compares to the quality of the textures of Monster Fish. Like, everything fits together. Sometimes people add blocks or stuff to the game, and like the block itself is very detailed and awesome, but it just doesn't fit with the rest of the mod pack. And yeah, Monster Fish is a super talented texturer. I'm not sure how on earth he does it, but every block is perfect. No, so there's a whole team around this mod pack here, but it started with Monsterfish making textures, and I believe he is still the main creator of the most of the textures, but there's other people who have been creating the mod. And I even know that, like, you probably heard of Whip, another YouTuber I used to play with a little bit. He was part of the team who created a mod pack back in the day. And a lot of different people have helped with this or creating a mod pack. This wall here, or this wall? That's pretty. It's kind of hard to tell. I should always mark what I'm saying with numbers or letters, because if I say this one and you answer this one, there's probably some delay, and I have no clue if you mean this one, the previous this one, or the current this one. If that makes sense. But we're gonna add details to both of them, so no worries. Oh, this is lovely. We should do some texturing on the inside here as well. So let's just grab the texture blocks. Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. I might have to end the stream a little early today, guys. I have some upcoming plans in 30 minutes, so I should be ready for that. So we'll see. I'm going to probably be streaming a little bit longer, and then we'll call it a little earlier than usual. Hope you guys don't mind. Probably won't do a playthrough of Kingdom Come, but maybe Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That could be cool. We will see once that is out. Or might just do a stream of it, I don't know, but it would be fun. I think it's definitely a game that could fit my channel, but I'm not really a guy who plays games like that. I don't play... Yeah, I'm not a, like... I don't consider myself a gamer because I don't play like story games like that. I try, but I just... It doesn't challenge me enough creatively. Like, I enjoy building sandbox games like Minecraft. So... I don't know, I've never, like, I haven't finished Kingdom Come 1. I have played it. And I've gotten a little bit far, but yeah, far from done. And I haven't finished Skyrim or The Witcher. I know it's crazy. But it's just, I lose interest. Like, yeah, I know I'm a gamer because I play Minecraft, so that's... that is definitely a gamer, but a lot of people, like, they play like one game and then they can move on to another one. But I've played Minecraft, basically the only game I've played since for like 14 years. Like I only game I really care about is Minecraft, really, and yeah. It's weird, I don't know. Hard to explain. Actually, let's not do this. Let's make something I haven't done in quite a long time, but I started it off with that style. Let's do farmland up here. So yeah, I am definitely a gamer. I enjoy gaming a lot, but I'm not feel like I'm not stereotypical because I haven't played any of the big games, and I kind of want to, but I get no or very little enjoyment from games. Never heard of Teotown. What is that? City building game. Cool. So yeah, I have played Planet Zoo and those kind of games, and also played Manor Lords a little bit. But again, like, I think I have like 10 hours of Manor Lords and I've lost complete interest. It's really weird. But maybe we can give Kingdom Come 2 another try. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's going to be it for this stream here as well. I need to quickly get a shower before my other plans. Yeah, but we got a lot done. I love this building here. I think it fits so nicely with the rest, and I love that we connected it to the casino, which is cool. And it's gonna look really cool once we get this building here as well in front of it, and yeah, really happy with this. So I will see all of you guys later, either in this next stream or by the next video. So if you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, you should, because that's where I upload stuff. And don't forget to follow me here on Twitch, and so that you will be here for the next stream. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hopping on here together with me. I will see all of you later. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.